Hey everybody, it's John Anthony Chihaxoltero of Anti-Hero Brand Press and AHB Kids here to give you a little bit of an update on the Bubba Patrol. So this is Bubba Patrol news. I'd announced on some social media platforms that after finishing issue 2 of the Bubba Patrol, I would be switching formats, that there would be some changes to how the book was going to be made. And while that is true, and it is my intention, yes, buddy, I'm talking about the book. What I'm now planning on doing, there you go. This is Grayson. He's one of our Bubbas, one of the Bubbas. We are going to stick with the regular single issue comic book format for one more issue. So issue 3 to kind of round out the story arc that we are working on, which is introducing all the main characters and sort of establishing what it is that they're going to do and what their focus is going to be, what their goals are. So I've decided to do regular format of a single issue for one more issue for 3 issues. And like I said, so this will round everything out. Going forward, my decision is with subsequent issues to do a series of one-shots. I don't want to do miniseries. I don't want to do single-sized issue books for a number of reasons. One, because I am doing this completely and totally myself. It takes a lot longer to finish a book than it would if I had an entire creative team. If I was scripting it, somebody else was drawing it, somebody else was doing the colors, another person editing it, lettering it, and everything. We could get it done a lot faster. The issue with that is we are not even small press. We're micro press. We're the little guys, as Grayson would like to say. And that means the way that this gets funded, the way that this gets printed is by running Kickstarter campaigns or crowdfunding campaigns. And that in and of itself, if you've never run a crowdfunding campaign before, it's pretty much a full-time job. I mean, you have to plan ahead of time. I learned the hard way with the very, very first Kickstarter that I tried to run back in 2013 with Fuzzy Face, where it was such a great story and it was easily the best-selling book that I had done up to that time, that I figured, I don't need to plan, I don't need to know what I'm doing, and I just threw it out there, and it got some press. It did. It got picked up by Bleeding Cool and as one of their picks for people to go and support on Kickstarter. But I just thought that because I posted the link, a few times here and there, that would be enough. We didn't come remotely close to making our goal. So when I did my second Kickstarter in 2016 to reprint the first 5 issues of Euthanasia in a collected edition, all the artwork had been done. All I needed to do was come up with cover artwork and had somebody do a variant cover on it, and then collate everything and then, put together like the forward and stuff like that, which had already been written by somebody else, but I just needed to format it correctly and stuff. So nobody gets paid for doing the Kickstarter. A lot of times when people run large Kickstarters, they're paying all the talent. They're paying, like for their time and their effort. And then they're paying for the book to be printed or whatever to be filmed and stuff like that. Being that I'm micropress, I'm not paying myself for the work that I put in. I did pay for a translator on issue 2. I did pay for an editor to go over issue 2. Those things were paid out of what we made on the Kickstarter. And some of the things that you might need to know is that with Kickstarter, if there is shipping added onto the tier that you support, that goes towards the overall count of money. So if, let's say it's a $25 tier with a $5 shipping cost, that $30 in total goes towards, your whatever your goal is. And the issue with that is that sometimes shipping is more, sometimes shipping is less. Sometimes if it's somebody local and you can just hand the book off to them, then you can print extra copies of the book, which is basically the idea behind doing nothing that is a local pickup tier. Everybody pays for shipping on what they do, unless they just want to support the campaign without a backing. What we're doing and going forward with after issue 3 is a design style or a plan not unlike Steve Mannion. Steve Mannion does a series of one-shots of a book and character called Fearless Dawn. And it's a great series. The artwork is tremendous. Each issue tells a story from start to finish. But the thing is if you miss one of them, you're not going to be out of the loop. The other benefit to it is it's easier to support that way, because if I do a large scale graphic novel type book that's 48 to 60 pages, I can probably get that done in 1 year from start to finish. The campaign would be more effective in funding it because people would see it as a bigger investment for themselves in backing something for a larger dollar amount. So it's twofold. It's because it's probably going to take me about a year to put out an issue anyways, with the advanced things that I'm doing in terms of coloring the entire book, lettering the entire book, having new printing processes and stuff like that, which I love the printers that we went through this time. So I plan to stick with them for subsequent issues. Other books, maybe I'll use different printers and stuff like that. But for the Bubba Patrol, I really like the way that RA Comics directed the newsprint. It looks tremendous. It gives it like a real world, old school feel to it. So I'm going to start working on the script for issue 3, and it will be the last regular sized issue that we do. After this, it will be a series of one-shots, which will be larger than the 22 to 24 page stories that I've done in the past. And I really look forward to this journey. I think it's going to be a lot more fruitful. It's going to allow for telling a more, I guess, a more coherent story, but just a more complete story. And, you know, you'll get your introductions to the characters with each issue or with each one shot. So there's not going to be anything lost on somebody who maybe hasn't followed the entire story. They can still enjoy it. And there's just going to be a lot of fun extras and stuff. But with issue 3, I don't want to reveal too much, but there's essentially 3 parts to issue 3. And it's still going to be between 22 and 24 pages, so I'm really excited about how this is going to go down. But it's going to be a lot of fun. It's finalizing some of the things that you saw in issue 2. If you haven't read it yet, please go pick it up. You can order it directly from me if you would like, but if you're in the Tucson area, I definitely encourage you to go to Charlie's Comic Books on Kolb and 22nd Street, or go to Harley's Toys and Comics in the Tucson Mall in the Sears Wing bottom floor. Both of them are great supporters of local creators, and they are, they've been gracious enough to give me some shelf space and allow me to help promote them, and in turn they promote me, and that means so much to me, and it means so much to the Bubbas and a lot of other local creators who wouldn't necessarily have an outlet without local businesses wanting to support us, and local comic book readers who want to support us as well. So I will continue doing updates on this. This is kind of a long post that's only meant to be a couple of minutes, but I tend to ramble. So I'm going to get back to writing the script on this and some other projects, and then we will see you in the future. Peace.